Hi there and welcome to TGIF, your end of the week wrap-up show. This week we're talking 3D. We're going to take you all the way from the 3D of reality through to the 3D technologies of the future. Also on the show we introduce App of the Week, answer your emails and figure out that 2-pack hologram thing. All of that and more coming up on TGIF. This episode of TGIF is brought to you by Audible. Stay tuned to learn how you can get a free audiobook.
3D. It's the language of our world, the colour of our visions. It gives depth to our existence.
Okay, that might be taken a bit too far. But seriously, think about it. We live in a 3D world and we have an extraordinary ability to be able to understand it all. We're confronted with 3D every moment of our waking lives. Well, almost. Ever since we invented art, we've been trying to figure out ways to make it more and more realistic. But there's one problem. Unless you're into sculptures, the best we can do is a 2D representation of a 3D world. And to be fair, those representations are pretty darn good. We've come up with a variety of techniques to make things look 3D. But the problem is, it still doesn't feel quite right. It still feels like 2D trying to be 3D. The reason why we see 3D and why we're so good at it is due to something called binocular vision. Basically, what happens is this. We've got two eyes, and each of our eyes sees the exact same image, but from a very slightly different perspective. Our brain is able to take these two images, and based upon that small difference in perspective, calculate the precise distance of objects away from us. When we look at a 2D image, however, our eyes get the exact same image, and the 3D effect is lost. The solution? Make each eye see a different image. The first person to figure this out was a bloke by the name of Charles Wheatstone, who in 1832 invented something called the stereoscope. It's a fairly simple device that holds a different image up in front of each eye. That's it. These days the idea is exactly the same, but the technology to deliver it is slightly more advanced. It's mail time. This week's mail comes from William, who posted in the comments section of our website, "Thanks for sharing excellent information. Your website is so cool. I'm impressed by the details you've on this website. It reveals how nicely you understand this subject. Bookmark this webpage, we'll come back for extra articles. I just found all the information about health treatments. Thanks for sharing this Really? This is spam."
If you'd like to send mail to the show, email tgif@mulliganmedia.net or comment down below.
This episode of TGIF is brought to you by Audible. Audible.com is the internet's leading provider of digital audiobooks with over 100,000 titles available for download. Audible features the world's best narrators interpreting best-selling books by top authors. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/mulliganmedia and download your free audiobook.
Walk into any movie theatre these days and you'll find at least one movie presented in 3D. But how does that 3D image get from the screen to your eyes? Well, as you might guess, it all has to do with those glasses. But that's not where it begins. Months before you even think about buying popcorn, an entire team of people set out to make a film in 3D. The process is pretty much exactly the same as making a film in 2D, except for one major difference. They use two cameras, one for each eye. So the film goes through all of the normal processes that a film does, and then it reaches your local theatre where you sit down and put on a pair of 3D glasses. And these are the key. See, these glasses have special filters in them. And basically, the filters in these glasses match up with the filters in two projectors. Each of these two projectors project one image, one for the left eye and one for the right eye. These images are projected through these filters on the projectors that match up with two separate filters in your glasses. There's a lot of science behind it, but basically what it means is that your left eye only sees the left eye image and your right eye only sees the right eye image. And that is how you get the 3D effect. I know it's not great, but it's the best we can do. Or is it? Last month, Deceased rapper Tupac appeared alongside Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg at the Coachella Music Festival in hologram form. Sadly though, this isn't the type of hologram that you're likely to see in Star Wars. It is in fact a modern interpretation of a 16th century theatre technique known as Pepper's Ghost. While you can read about this awesome technique on Wikipedia, it does mean that we're still a very far cry from realistic 3D holograms or anything of the sort. Which is a shame, really.
Hey, I'm Sean. I'll be presenting you with an app of the week every week. This week's app is Bamboo Paper by Wacom. Upon opening, it presents you with a simple view of your notebooks. You've got a fairly minimalist interface, home button, pen. It's a free download on the App Store with a $1.99 in-app purchase to unlock an unlimited number of notebooks.
And that's it for this week. I've been Dominic Mulligan. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.